Hello everybody, video 2 for the day. I have long thought, and still do, that actually one of the best run states in the United States is the state of Oklahoma. I've never lived in Oklahoma, but I know a lot of patriots who do live in Oklahoma. But I think Oklahoma has consistently done a lot of things right. And Oklahoma just did a big thing right. Oklahoma stopped all the trucks coming in and out of their state for 3 days, checking CDLs. Well, Oklahoma found 120 truck drivers who were not U.S. citizens, a lot of them being illegal aliens, that had CDLs. They're not legally under federal law allowed to have a CDL, but they had them, and they were driving, and the police and the state troopers in Oklahoma apprehended these people because driving a semi-truck without a valid CDL, which if you're illegal means it's not valid, California, there's a lot of states involved in this, including Texas has a hand, but the biggest offender is California. And some of the other West Coast states, and Illinois, and New York, and Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, just to name a few, who were given illegal immigrants CDL-A license, which means they can drive an 80,000-pound truck up and down the roads across the country, not just in their state. But Oklahoma got, in 3 days, Oklahoma got 120 of them. These people were primarily turned over to ICE, which they should have been. They're illegals. But recently, in the last 3 or 4 months, we've had at least 3 of these drivers who were driving that shouldn't have had a CDL that killed our fellow Americans. Some of them killed 3 or 4 people at once. Turns out a lot of these illegal immigrants with legal CDLs from, like, California, not only were they illegally given CDLs, they never even had training to drive a truck. So without training, not being U.S. citizens, they were given CDLs and turned loose on the rest of the country, killing people. I couldn't even get the numbers of people killed by these illegal truck drivers. It's too hard to collect that data. But killing people so that illegal immigrants could drive a truck, I think Newsom in California should be arrested and tried for the deaths of the people that his illegal alien drivers out of California committed, because he allowed it to happen. He was part of the plan of it. He should be arrested and prosecuted for manslaughter in each and every one of those cases. Because allowing somebody that shouldn't have a CDL-A and not only allowing them to have a license, but having them have a license without the prerequisite training, you're talking about multiple felonies here for each time they did it. Now the Federal Department of Transportation just released a study where they said 130,000 CDL-A drivers in the United States of America are non-citizens with a CDL-A. Non-citizens under federal law are expressly forbidden from possessing a CDL-A. I know I have a CDL-A, have for a long time. This is ridiculous. Driving, I got a loud motorcycle coming down the road. Allowing unqualified drivers who can't read, write in English, which you have to demonstrate that you can read and write in English. You're technically not allowed to take the test to have a CDL-A in any other language but English, and that's been being allowed in a lot of places, which makes them illegally issued. Even if you are a U.S. citizen, illegally issued CDL-A. If they find out you can't read and write, you're driving illegally. You're in possession of a CDL illegally. So we got basically 130,000 drivers with CDLs driving in the United States that have got to be taken off the road, or more people will end up dead. More innocent Americans driving on the road will end up dead. So, my fellow Americans, what are you going to do? Are you going to contact your politicians? Are you going to demand? Like, I live here in Michigan. I went through the process to get a CDL here in Michigan back in 2012. And I'm going to tell you right now, the process I went through, if you couldn't read and write English, you couldn't pass the test. But if you have them giving the test in Spanish against the law, or any other language against the law, because you have to demonstrate you can read, write, and speak English under federal law to have a CDL. I don't know if Michigan has violated this. I haven't heard a case that Michigan has violated this. I've heard that Illinois has violated that a lot. And I know for a fact I met drivers on the road from Illinois who cannot read, write, speak English, and can't read road signs. And I called their Department of Transportation about these drivers they have in this situation quite some time ago. And they basically told me to mind my business. It's not my business who Illinois licensed a CDL-A to. Well, Illinois, you may pay the price, because California, the Department of Transportation Secretary Duffy, I think's his name, from the end of last week gave California 30 days to get all these illegally licensed drivers, CDL-A drivers, off the road, or all federal transportation funds would be cut off. Sounds to me like the way to go. All right, that's it for this video. Take care.